This is Business Week Armenia, ＳիվիլNeթ's weekly economic digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia this week. Armenia's monetary authorities this week cut interest rates by 25 basis points to 7.5% as inflation in the country continues to remain well below target levels and the economy continues to grow. 12-month inflation ended August at 1.3%, while 12-month core inflation ended July at 0.3%, the central bank said in an explanatory note. Both figures are well below the bank's medium-term target of 4% inflation. Meanwhile, Armenia's economy has continued to expand substantially this year, with GDP growing by 6.6% in the first quarter and by 6.4% in the second quarter. Speaking with reporters this week, Central Bank Chief Martin Galstyan said he expected GDP growth for the entire year to range between 5.8 and 6.5%. Broadly speaking, Armenia's economy has surged since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, and much of the country's growth continues to be fueled by massive inflows of capital and labor from Russia and soaring trade between the two countries, including a vibrant re-export business. The latest official figures put Armenia's trade with Russia, the world's most sanctioned country, at $8.3 billion in the first half of the year. Though Armenia's economy remains the smallest in the region in nominal terms, the past 2 years of strong growth have allowed the country to surpass both Azerbaijan and Georgia in terms of GDP per capita. Still, Galstyan sought to temper expectations Armenia could maintain such high expansion rates in the long run, telling reporters, "Economic growth continues to be influenced by a number of short-term factors which come with significant uncertainty regarding the stability of GDP growth and its long-term prospects. Armenia's economic growth exceeds the economy's real potential," Galstyan added. Armenia's central bank has repeatedly cut rates since last June. Prior to that, it had not lowered rates for more than 2 years. The Armenian government will abandon a proposal to toughen penalties for tax evasion after business leaders raised serious concerns about the proposed change's potential impact on the private sector, a senior lawmaker confirmed this week. The bill will not be adopted in its initially proposed version, Babken Tunyan, a pro-government representative who sits on Parliament's Economic Affairs Committee, announced as lawmakers got back to work after summer recess. Lawmakers made the decision after speaking with business leaders last month about their concerns, Tunyan added. The initial proposal by the State Revenue Committee, the agency overseeing tax collection in Armenia, would have eliminated a provision in Armenian law that allows business owners who are found to have committed tax evasion to avoid criminal charges and possible jail time if they pay the amount they owe at a later date. That prompted an outcry from Armenia's business community, who warned the measure would deter foreign investors and damage the private sector. Bahram Mirakyan, who heads Armenia's biggest business association, led the charge against the proposal, which he called absurd and repressive. Mirakyan was not immediately available for comment on the government's move now to walk back the plan. For his part, Tunyan pledged lawmakers would continue to work to improve tax discipline in Armenia and said the government is now considering several alternative measures. He did not provide additional details. And for our latest update on Armenia's burgeoning wine industry, you can check out our new interview with Stepan Baghdasaryan, founder and CEO of winesofarmenia.com. Stepan joined us in our studio this week to talk about the challenges and opportunities he has as one of the biggest importers of Armenian wine to the United States. He also reviews the current state of Armenia's wine industry and what comes next. You can find our full conversation with Stepan Baghdasaryan up now on our website at civilnet.am or through the link in the video description below. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.